non-metals. Exercise question 16 and perhaps the last question of this chapter. Give reasons why copper is used to make hot water tanks and not steel, which is an alloy of iron. And as usual, I am going to take help of the reactivity series over here. Now tell me, what is the relation between this question and the reactivity series? Obviously, because I have displayed the reactivity series here, it means that we will have to compare the reactivities of the metals, right? Now, which two metals are we going to compare over here? Yes, you are absolutely right. It's copper and iron. Now tell me, how do we compare the both? Okay, so which one is less reactive and which one is more reactive? Yes, if you see the reactivity series, you will clearly observe that copper lies below iron in the reactivity series, right? Because of which we can say that iron is more reactive than copper or copper is less reactive than iron. So that was just an idea, just a brief idea of what or how to approach this question. Now let's move on to the main answer. Copper is less reactive than iron. The iron in steel, which is more reactive than copper, will react with hot steam to produce iron oxide. Now, is this reaction desirable in condition or in the condition of hot water tanks? No, right? See, in hot water tanks, the temperature of water is so high that the water is mostly in the form of steam, right? Like some contents of water will be in the form of steam. And if the steam reacts with the iron present in the steel, if the tank is made up of steel, then what will happen is the iron will react with this hot steam to produce iron oxide, right? Which will make the wall of the tanks weaker and weaker, which is not actually desirable, at least in the scenario of hot water tanks. Due to which the body of tank will become weaker and weaker, while copper does not react with water. Now let's see the reaction between iron and water, which is steam. So iron reacts with H2O in gaseous form. Here H2O is in steam to form FeTO4, which is iron oxide plus hydrogen gas. Okay, and this reaction is quite undesirable, at least in the scenario of hot water tanks, because in hot water tanks most of the time steam will be present, and if this steam reacts with the contents of the walls of the hot water tanks, then it's actually not desirable, right? It can cause a great harm if these tanks got break due to such reactions. However, copper does not react with hot water, right? So if you write the reaction of Cu plus H2O in gaseous form, it will show no reaction, okay? So this is why you can say that copper is used to make hot water tanks. Again, in a nutshell or in a quick way, I can say that because copper is less reactive than iron, copper do not react with steam or with hot water, okay? However, steel, which is an alloy of iron, consists iron, and this iron, which is more reactive than copper, will react with hot steam to produce iron oxide. Now this production of iron oxide will make the body of tank weaker and weaker, which is really not desirable for us in the scenario of hot water tanks, right? So that's all about the question. I hope you understood it. Keep learning. Thank you.